So I promised DeJuana that I wouldn't cry, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make sure I'm good. DeJuana Thompson knows that an equal say and an equal chance for everyone begins in the voting booths. Thanks to the organization she created, called Woke Vote, Black voters, particularly Black millennials, are rising across the South in states like Alabama, Tennessee, and Virginia. This historic engagement of Black voters, particularly Black women, during the special US Senate election in Alabama last December shook the country. DeJuana and Woke Vote showed us what it looks like when people feel like they have a reason to vote. It's not the first time that Black women in the South have shown us the way. And with the drive and energy of DeJuana Thompson and Woke Vote, it definitely won't be the last. A seasoned political strategist, DeJuana Thompson has served on Capitol Hill, staffed election campaigns, worked for the US Small Business Administration and the Democratic National Convention. She has an insider's knowledge of how democracy works and doesn't work. She is using her background in political organizing and social justice advocacy to transform the public's understanding about gender, race, and political identity in our country. Woke Vote is bringing a version of grassroots democracy that's race-forward, women-led, and grounded in community. As Cornell Belcher, a pollster for Barack Obama's campaign, pointed out, they didn't just come in at the end and treat Black voters like a get out the vote program, like get out the vote targets. They treated them like persuadable voters. They actually engaged on the top issues for African American voters, which is criminal justice reform, and they didn't dance around the issue of police brutality. With her leadership in mobilizing Black millennials towards equity and justice, and her fierceness in holding policymakers accountable to the people they are sworn to serve, DeJuana is inspiring the most diverse generation in our country's history, and all of us at Demos. We stand in awe of DeJuana and her Woke Vote Army. We are proud to honor DeJuana Thompson with our Transforming America Award.
Good evening, everyone. I bring you greetings from a reimagined South. It is such an honor to be here tonight with you all. Demos, thank you so much for this award, Transforming America. I've really been thinking about what this means, particularly as a young girl from Birmingham, Alabama. My mother is here with me. Would you please acknowledge Janice Thompson? Thank you. I think it's incredibly important to acknowledge my mother because it speaks to what we knew we had to do in the work of organizing Alabama. We knew that Black women and Black men could rewrite history in December of 2017. We knew that in 2016 when someone told me that Jeffrey Beauregard Sessions was gonna become the Attorney General of the United States. I looked at people and I said, well, great, but we now have a real opportunity to do something special in Alabama. Yes. And people laughed at me. They literally said, DeJuana, we've known you. You've been doing organizing work for years. You worked on different presidential campaigns, and you turned out Black and brown voters all over the South. You worked in New Jersey, you turned out black and brown voters in New Jersey, and we know that you're from Alabama and you got your start in municipal government in Alabama, in Birmingham, and we know your father is still a pastor in the city of Birmingham. We know all of that, and we love your passion, but this is Alabama and this is America. That's what they told us. And I looked them directly in the face and I said, that's your America. I know what we can do in Alabama, and we did it. Demos, when I think about an equal say in our democracy and an equal chance in our economy, I really think about the cost of civic engagement. And I want to share with you, particularly for individuals in the South who have been systematically underfunded and ignored as it relates to our politics. There is a cost for our activism. There is a cost for our voice, and we have been paying from our own pockets for a very long time. Mothers who have to work 2 jobs but still show up to work at polls that have broken machines in Alabama. Fathers who are still dealing with the impact of broken economy are holding it down right now in Georgia as we speak. I tell you, as we imagine together tonight what can happen in November of 2018 and what can happen as we organize and continue to stay mobilized in 2019, and what could happen if we keep our feet to the fire and our passion going to 2020, I tell you, Alabama is not something that just happened. It can continue to happen in all of our states across this country. I guarantee you, when you talk to people, come to Alabama, talk to the people who did this. Talk to the women who stood up for this, the churches, the HBCU students. Talk to them about why they did it, and they will tell you one simple thing. It wasn't about a candidate. It wasn't about not getting Roy Moore. It wasn't about electing Doug Jones. It was about engaging in black political power and ensuring that people had a voice. I heard the most remarkable thing come out of your leader, Heather, tonight when she talked about lovelessness. And it pierced me in my heart because there are people in this South and people all over this country who feel that they have been forgotten by our political process, who say to each of us every day, we have been working in these neighborhoods and these communities for so long without any recognition for the work, and we didn't ask you for recognition. We did it because we knew it was the right thing to do. That's a love for country. It is a love for community. It is a love for family that we have tapped into and that will continue to move us from now to 2020. Woke Vote is now in 11 states, and we are so excited about that. My partners at Think Rubik's and I left traditional spaces because we felt like we could not speak truth to power as it related to making sure people of color, people who consider things differently abled individuals, their issues were not being put at the forefront like we thought they should be. Resources were not coming in as early as we thought. And we knew that in order to maintain our integrity, we had to do something different. So we woke up ourselves, we reimagined what we could do, and we are now at the forefront, leading with people like Rashad at Color of Change, leading with people at Higher Heights, leading with people at Democracy Alliance, leading with people all across this country who dare to believe that people of color and differently abled people and differently imagined people can do something that has never been seen. We're gonna continue to do that, and I challenge you to do the work with us. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much. God bless.